There are more or less three different priorities. Maybe the first one I would like to mention is in the economic and trade sector, because with the COVID period, some of the French companies here left the country. There is a demand for some of these companies to be back, to come back. And in general, I sense already in this very short period of time quite a demand for the expertise of French companies in some area. I'm thinking, for example, in the agro processing sector, in the medical research sector, in health sector as well, also in energy sector. There is quite a demand for French companies with their expertise. So this is one priority. The other priority is, of course, of more global nature, about global issues, in particular concerning climate change and the climate change impacts in a country, on a country like Bangladesh. And as of course everyone knows, France is a champion when it comes to proposing multilateral initiatives in this regard, and Bangladesh is a champion in its sort when it comes to vulnerability to the impacts of climate change. So there is obviously quite an avenue to work jointly, maybe on joint initiatives between France and Bangladesh in this area. The third priority I would see is more on the security and defense area, where Bangladesh, in its global environment as an Indo-Pacific country and in its regional environment, is facing a certain number of challenges, and we of course stand ready to support Bangladesh's authority in this regard. Well, I must say that I was very happy to learn upon my arrival in Bangladesh that this country has been for the last 10 years a growing priority for AFD and is now one of the major beneficiaries of AFD's loans to focus on some areas for the development of the country. The peculiarity of AFD's action in Bangladesh compared to other development partners of Bangladesh is the very innovative way in which it proposes its funding of some projects. And I think one of the dimensions which must be underlined and which is in full harmony with the general political priorities of the French government towards Bangladesh's own priorities is the fact that all the projects that the French Agency for Development, AFD, is now running must be up to 70% eco-compliant, translating one of our major initiatives taken a few years ago by President Macron concerning climate finance. So I think this is perfectly adapted to the projects which the agency is bearing in Bangladesh in support of the activity of the government to develop some priority areas, be it health, water, energy, transport, etc., etc. So I think this is very in line, and I'm very happy about this.